Just talk a little bit about the bye week and being able to kind of, I guess, readjust everything and get ready for the last push of the season.
Well, the bye week was actually like very like important this time. We didn't have it like last year where it was just like week 3 bye week. We had 1 game, 2 games in the bye week, but this time it was more in the middle of our season. So it just felt good to recharge, regroup. We gotta calm ourselves down after like what happened so far for our season. Practice, like Coach said, it was mainly like back to competition. Iron sharpens iron, so competition always brings the best out of everybody. So I felt like it was a good step in the direction. We went back to the fundamentals, and that's like just so important. And like I feel like with that bye week, I feel like we're on the right track now, and like we're all like on the same page, same level.
How much do you feel like that was needed? Because I'm sure you guys have to be down a little bit, 4 straight losses with the goals you guys have.
Yeah, it's tough because with the years we had so far, with the resurgence, being named the Cardiac Bears and bringing all the success to Missouri State, it's tough because we really did have high expectations. Like you said, national championships, that's the goal. That's always been the goal. Like winning is the ultimate goal. And, it hurts losing those games, especially, how hard we fought, all the things we go through with practice and training in the summer and the spring. So, like the bye week really just helped us regroup. And I think the mentality now is just to go 1-0 every week, just to be focused.
I think a big part of that is resetting our mental, like you said. A lot of people obviously getting down, not turning out how it's supposed to go, but getting the weekend off, long weekend, not really having to worry about traveling or going somewhere last weekend, really let everyone relax, calm down, get a little bit of a reset going, and hopefully we'll get back on the right track.
How much does it help that you're going back to the Unidome, a place that you had success last time you were there, and kind of put the spark into the resurgence, as you're saying?
I'm excited to travel. I always feel like we play better when we're away. We always have to go and prove something. We're on the road, especially with UNI. I always remember they have on their, when you're walking out into their field, they have on their on the wall the record of how many games they've won or lost in that dome. I always make it a point to try to go add another one to their loss column in that. That's what does it for me, at least. Hopefully my teammates will get behind that and, make it important to go make a mark.
Just like Ian said, underdogs, I feel like I just love being an underdog because, like, everyone's counting you out. And so, like, it's just you can surprise people. You can really just, like it brings, I feel like being an underdog brings out the best out of everybody because, it gives you that hunger to where you got to compete. And, going back to UNI because went there in the spring and we won. It was like a crazy defensive game, low scoring points. Every second, every inch mattered. So, I feel like it's going to be another one of those games. We're going to have to fight. They're a great team. They got great players on offense and defense. And so, and like Fitz said, being away and just having all the pressure around you, it just makes it better. So.
Ian, what was it like going 1 versus 1 some last week in practice?
Honestly, it was a good competition. Going against like people like Kev on the edge, or Jalen or Dev, all great pass rushers that we have. It's good to get that practice. I'm used to going 1s versus 1s, obviously, in the games, but getting that rep after rep in practice was really good for me. I know it was for the rest of the line as well.
Do you guys ever match up against each other?
I mean, I'm never out on the edges, only if we do like a stun or something. But
he's way inside.
Yeah,
usually dealing
far
with Ryan.
inside. I'm dealing with Ryan 24/7. So that's a battle in itself. But yeah, I felt like it was good to go 1s-on-1s again. Brought the, like I said, competitive edge out of everybody. It was fun. Like I just think that's like the biggest thing, like having fun. Playing the sport we love like doing, and we're just like out there practicing and just going hard at it. So.
Ian, you talk about the refocusing, the extra time off with the bye week. Was there an area of emphasis or anything surrounding the offensive line and you and the rest of the guys that was kind of an area of focus that you worked on?
As far as for football, just getting back to fundamentals, I know that word's been repeated a lot, but it really has been getting back to the basics for us, learning the ins and outs of the playbook, trying to get more familiarized with the run plays and the pass plays, knowing what the assignments are, and just better communication, really trying to get the interior as well as outside guys communicating better, so there's no mental hiccups.
Coach was talking about having Shelley on his back on the field.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about it's the offensive line trying to protect him a little bit better. I mean, did you do anything different that way in the bye week?
I mean, just working regular pass pro. We did have a lot of emphasis on the pass pro on the first 2 days of the practice last week. Lots of individual work with just one-on-one with the coach at the individual positions. Yeah, I hate hearing Shelley being put on his back. I hate looking back there and seeing him get put on his back. Hope that spark, seeing him get down, that really motivates us to try to keep going better. Because if we lose him, that's not a good sign for us.
Ian, you're one of the team's veterans. How'd you get to Missouri State first off, and what's the experience been like the last 4 years?
Oh, my experience here. Well, I was recruited here out of high school. Came in with STEC and that whole program. Went, 4-7, 4-8 my first year, 1-10 the next year, and then the rest of it, COVID, they get fired. Petrino comes in, getting that taste of winning, and honestly just trying to get back to that winning right now. It's been a one hell of a ride, honestly. Lots of coaches.
How have you gotten better through all these experiences?
I'd say that the one thing I stayed consistent with throughout my years was working on my strength and fitness. That's the only thing I can really control aside from the coaching staff going in and out. Personally, I had 6 O-line coaches in my 5 years that I've been here. So I really just had to focus on what I could control, and that's my body. So, as well as mentally preparing for changes, adapting to whatever comes my way. So.
Do you try to forget what the previous O-line coach taught and then start over? Or from all of them, or
at this point, it's just an accumulation of the best points of what everyone's told me over the years. It's tough to really cancel out everything that you've learned this far, especially being a fifth-year starter. It's tough, but keep adapting, like I said, and just keep going.
Those first couple of years were, of course, tough with all the losing, but now that you're on this 4-game losing streak, what is different about the program and you guys now that gives you confidence you can get out of this?
Compared to that team in 2018, this team is way better, light years ahead as far as talent goes in the players and even in the coaching staff with the play calling. I'm just confident that because we have all the pieces, we've shown that we can put points up on the board. It's just making sure that it goes from the first quarter to the fourth quarter and staying consistent. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, the pass rush. You guys were able to get there in that first quarter in the last game. Kind of had some struggles in the previous few games. How do you guys get that back to being the consistent how it was kind of those first couple games of the year?
I think the most, or probably the best way to get back to that is going back to fundamentals or the basics of pass rush, where pass rush is not just one person doing something, but it's the whole collective of whoever's involved in the pass rush. The D tackles, it's my job to push the pressure in front of the quarterback, and then the D ends coming around and making a trap, a quarterback trap, to where we close a quarterback in there, and then we can force errors, where we can force turnovers, cause sacks and whatnot. So I feel like we just have to go back to where we get back to the fundamentals and basics of pass rush, and then we build on from there. That's what we're doing this bye week. Just getting back to basics with our pass rush moves, what to do, just really just good, learning, like I said, the fundamentals and whatnot. So I feel like we're gonna get back there. Just takes us time.
And it's been a pretty banged up group. Just you've had to be on the field a whole lot instead of a lot of rotation stuff. Just how much is that going to help as well?
So losing AP, that was really unfortunate. That sucked. One of our better players, he like Coach said, he played 2 positions. He was causing havoc. It's on us within the D line that we have to when one man goes down, the other has to step up. And as a unit, we just got to keep fighting. We got to keep working harder. There's a famous saying nobody cares what you're going through. Work harder. And so we just got to keep working harder, keep going through, listening to Coach Scott, listening to our goals, listening to our coaching points and tips that we've learned. So we just got to keep fighting through it.